Good morning. I might actually turn you around so that I don't have... How's that? Is that better? I think it might be. Sorry for all the wobbling of the camera. Right. So, good morning to each and every one of you that's joining me this morning. I don't have my glasses on. Bear with me one moment while I go and get my eyes. I need to go and get my glasses. Just hang on a second. Glasses. Much better. Okay, so what are we talking about this morning? Growing older. Okay. It doesn't have to mean growing weaker. And I think society paints a picture for us. And that tends to make us feel and think a certain way. Not for all of us, but it's certainly something that we need to acknowledge and we need to think about as we're growing a little bit older. You know, we want to make sure that we've got this in order to keep all of this in order. So, a common narrative for many of us, which I'm sure you've heard, you've felt, and you may believe, that growing older inevitably means slowing down, losing your vitality, and maybe eventually resigning yourself to the fact that you need to go into aged care. Well, that is not a given, and I want to talk to you today about the mindset that we can fall into, which is certainly not going to help us when we're moving closer to that time. Because this narrative that we can have tends to suggest that the body weakens, the mind starts to dull, and our independence will start to fade. But that is not the case, and any of you that do my classes know that I'm a massive advocate of longevity and anti-aging and the things that we can do to continue a strong journey through life, yeah? Because these are outdated perspectives. It's not only disheartening, but it's also so far from the truth it's not funny. Good morning, Pauline, Helen, Gwen, Linda. I think I saw Dell a moment ago. Okay, so the emotional impacts of aging, the actual emotional impacts of aging. If we accept that narrative, that it's a given that this is the road that we need to take, so the emotional impact of having that mindset starts to bring fear, it'll start to bring anxiety, and maybe even depression. So, because what you're doing is you're anticipating loss of independence and strength. That is what you're already anticipating with that mindset. Even though it hasn't started to happen, you are anticipating that it will. Yeah? Herein lies the problem. Those feelings then often lead to a vicious cycle of fear. The fear means we then engage less in the activities that actually kept you strong and vital in the first place, and then that's hastening the very decline that you're trying to run away from. So this mindset, because again, once you've got that mindset, all of this stuff is unconscious in the fear, the fight, fright and freeze part of the brain, you're then being controlled by that, yeah, which is obviously what we don't want, we know that. So it's then a matter of reframing and a new way of thinking about getting older. So if we shift that mindset from one of the resignation that this is what's going to happen, where the resign ourselves, we empower ourselves. We can empower ourselves. So instead of seeing it as this gradual decline, we can view it as a new chapter, a new part of our life. Because obviously some things that need to change, they do need to change, but they don't have to change in a negative way. We can reframe the way we think about these things. So if we can learn to grow, strengthen the body and the mind as we go through, this is not just wishful thinking. Science backs this up. And those of you that are with me often know I'm always giving you that scientific evidence that definitely this is not a card that we've been dealt that we cannot control. Yeah? Because our bodies are so adaptable. They're incredibly adaptable. And when we start to take that deep dive and understand how adaptable our body is, it can get exciting. So instead of being negative about it, we can get excited about the very possibilities as we grow older. Because it is possible to maintain and regain that strength and that flexibility and your balance and your cognitive processing. I've seen it. We can get that vitality back. So the purposeful power of movement. And this is where it all comes in. The purposeful power of movement. As we grow older, we need to reconsider the way we move. And those of you that are with me for the exercise side of things know how important it is to move the body a little differently as we grow older. You start to lose your strength and your stability at the age of 40, but you don't notice it until you get to 60. It almost seems like somebody flicked a switch, you go to move to go to do an activity maybe you haven't done for a while, and you think to yourself, oh, that was nowhere near as easy as what it usually was. And that is when the fear starts to creep in. This is what we need to think about. Yeah, going to do an activity you haven't done for a while, and it almost feels like you just don't have the ability that you had before. It is the case, but it's not the case. So it is our most powerful tool against aging, is movement. But it's got to be a specific type of movement. Just walking tends not to cut it, guys. I hate to burst your bubble. Walking is awesome. But here's the thing. We were made to be able to walk for a very, very, very long time. Yeah? We didn't have cars and things like that. So our bodies are very efficient at walking, so efficient, in fact, that things like burning calories and things like that, we don't burn a lot of calories when we walk. We are made that way, so we could walk for a very, very long time on little energy. That's why some of you find, oh, I'm doing all this walking, nothing's working. It's because this is the way our bodies were designed, yeah? So we need to change it up. We need to change the things we do. We need to add in strength, most definitely, as you get older, but more importantly, that balance side of things, because this is where we start to lose the mind-muscle connection. Yep. So by doing specific exercises where we're really thinking about where this is connected to, this is how we strengthen the bonds that we've had from when we were a child, the movement that we had as a child. We start to strengthen the bonds of the movement sequences we had when we were younger. So all I do is remind your brain and your body of what it used to be able to do. That's all I do. Okay, so movement needs to be designed for strength, stability, and your balance, but cognitive processing needs to be put into that because we want strong body, strong mind. Then that will enhance our overall well-being. Yeah, how you feel about you. Sorry, I just tapped the mic then. And that's the foundation for my program, as a lot of you know, is these are the actual pillars of the foundation to actually strengthen that mind and body. The truth is nobody on this earth wants to end up in aged care. I mean, I know a lot of different types of nationalities look after things a little bit differently. They'll bring the people, their older adults, into their home. But a lot of Western countries, we don't do that. We're not, our homes aren't made for that either. We don't have the space. It's different over here. Come on. Thank you. I'm back again. All right. The truth is none of us want to end up there. But the good news is we don't. There are so many things that we can do to ensure that we are future-proofing our physical and our mental well-being as we get older. You know, embracing new ways of living so that we're in control, we're empowered about our future, and we're full of purpose, moving forward with purpose. you do need purpose in your life, because otherwise you get up every morning and if you don't have that purpose, even if that purpose is just to move better for that day, even if that's your purpose for the day, but is there something that you can get involved in your community? Yep. Maybe you do have a lot of additional time on your hands. So giving is another way to make you feel awesome about yourself. And that's why I think I love what I do so much, because I get to give this information to you guys, which I know for some of you will then spark something in you to make that change, to move more, to think that little bit clearer. You need help with any of this, you know where I am. So in the links below later on this afternoon, I'll put all my contact details there. Organise a quick chat with me if you need one, and then I can help get you on your road, because everyone's got a different journey. We've all got different things that we need. So have a fantastic day, and sun's shining, birds are singing. What more could we ask for? And you're awake and you're alive. Great start to a Monday. Have a wonderful day, and remember, try and reframe those thoughts when they pop in. When it comes to aging, one of the worst things that you can do, and I know this sounds silly and simple, is to get up out of your bed or up out of your chair without stimulating your body for movement. And what I mean by that, so if you are over 50, or even over 40, and you're stiff when you get out of that chair, tap your feet. I'm tapping my feet on the floor before you stand. It does 3 things. It stimulates your body for stronger bone, because every time you have impact on the ground, that is telling your body, I'm not finished with my body yet, I need strong bones. So any impact you give the body is going to be an advantage. You're getting blood pumping through your body, and you're telling your muscles, I'm ready to move. Get ready, because I'm ready to move. That gets rid of that stiff feeling, so you'll be less likely to get out of your chair groaning and moaning, because we all do it, and taking that time to unstiffen the body. Do it in the chair before you get up. Then you won't have that old mentality in your head. Have an awesome Monday. By the way, no live next Monday. We have a public holiday, so there won't be any live next Monday. But I'll see you the week after. I'm going to go through stability and flexibility in the body, and better ways to make that body more stable and more flexible. What are the best ways to do that? I'll see you later.